Their little baby boy Riggs, just born on yesterday. Guys, the big news, it's here. The Lakers, for the first time in 7 years, will be playing in the playoffs starting next week. Big game, James. You and I have joked about this often on this set. We've been together. This is our 8th season. It's been a long time coming. And it's nice to have games with real meaning coming up. There's nothing like the NBA playoffs. I know it's a bummer that I won't be here in LA, played at Staples, and all the fanfare that comes with that, us being down at Staples. But, man, it's going to be a good feeling.
Yeah, despite, everything that's happened the last 5 months and the fact that we won't be able to, give our fans what they've been waiting for. And to me, that's really the saddest thing, is that our fans have been waiting for this moment, and they won't get to, be in the meat of the bowl, if you will, and give their support. But nevertheless, these are serious games. I think fans are slowly but gradually getting used to watching these games in the bubble. They will get a little bit more intense as the play, comes up in the next week or so. So I think it's going to be fantastic. I think the fans are going to love it despite not being able to be there. But this is what we've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, and I think, get to the point of now you're back to playoff basketball where competition is going to be heightened, it's going to be amplified, and I think that from a matchup standpoint, me personally, I think the 8th seed is going to be the Portland Trailblazers. So that's going to add a little extra incentive on to that as well.
What is the mentality of an NBA guy going into the playoffs? Guys that have been there before, guys that have never been there before. Those couple of days leading up to that, James, what's it like?
Well, you tell yourself everything that we just said. It's finally here. And, if it were a normal regular season, you tell yourself, I don't have to travel as much. I don't have to remember 3 or 4 scouting reports a week. I get to focus on 1 or 2 players in a 7-game series, and that's where it starts right there. That's when the numbers need to go up. You watching video, you got time, you rest up, and the last thing you do is you put that gladiator gear on because you want to be the last one standing.
Yeah.
It's a killer instinct you got to have, and that's got to build each quarter, and you got to have it. It's mind over matter because after the second or third game, they're going to get used to what you're running, and then it just becomes who wants it.
Do you miss it, Karan?
Oh, absolutely. It's a new season. It really is. It's a new season. It's 0-0 for everyone, and I think it's a fresh start where you get an opportunity to really, compete for the ultimate goal and hoisting up that trophy. So it's a great feeling.
All right, the Lakers did play today. They actually played the Sacramento Kings. They lost. LeBron played about 14, 15 minutes. Let's get you to the highlights. We'll take you out to the bubble. Lakers wrap up their regular season. First quarter, THT gets his first NBA start. Great assist from LeBron. The rookie has all day to knock down the 3, and he does just that. Markieff Morris. James picked him on take your shot, and it paid off. 3-ball rolling for the purple and gold, James.
Yeah, I mean, Morris hadn't played a whole lot, but remember how vital he'll be with his experience in the playoffs.
LeBron likes contact, throws it up the left. He'd make the free throw. 4-point lead. Lakers not paying attention here. Bogdanovich steals from LBJ. He's going coast to coast layup. Kings only trail by 1. Lakers call a timeout. Bogdanovich, he's had a good bubble showing. He can shoot it. He has the last 9 points for Sacramento. Danny Green. Definitely going to want to see that next week. Shot fake, gets to a new spot, hits it, 21-19. 5 for 10 from 3 so far, Karan.
Excellent job of knocking down shots. You see Cook with the pass to LeBron. No hesitation on his part. Follow through. Perfect.
Harry Giles, it's a loose ball. He's athletic. Morris and JaVale both say not worth it on a day like today.
Yeah, man. He's pulling up Statue of Liberty. He's not even in New York.
Giles' bags are packed. He's already on a plane. You can have that one, young man. Quinn Cook. You get 3. You get a 3. We all get a 3. Everybody's getting one. Looks like Dion Waiters, 26-footer. Big game. J.R. Smith, First three in the NBA restart. His first three in a long time.
Guy's got some history, got some mileage, knows how to play in the playoffs.
LeBron hits him with a fadeaway.
That looked familiar.
Bielitsa blocks Dwight. Buddy's just going to pull up.
Jeez.
Cuts the deficit to only 3.
Used to be a time coach take you out of the game for taking a shot like that.
Not anymore, huh?
That's routine now.
Layup.
LeBron answers back. His second 3 of the day. Jabari Parker. Where'd he go to school, James?
I don't know.
Tied up at 50.
Dude, we're in St. Louis, I think.
LeBron rebound. Coast to coast. Perron. This will be the end of LeBron's day.
Where he go to school at? School of I'm different.
School of hard knocks.
Everyone needs a buddy like Buddy. There he is. Lead is 9 for Sacramento. Markieff into the lane, he scores. JaVale, rebound. Jump hook. Lakers trail 66-56 going into halftime. 2 more quarters. You're not playing.
Is that peanut butter and honey sandwich?
Stay healthy.
Nobody's take off the edges of my bread.
Morris, another one. That's his 4th one, James.
We're still talking about that peanut butter
Yeah,
sandwich.
you are. I know. It's tough not to. James is
Take the
hungry.
edges off. Karan say take the edges off.
Yeah, man.
Make a soft sandwich.
JR, a little floater. LeBron's still crushing a PB&J.
You could tell that we're not really interested in the highlights yet, Gita, right?
Not one bit. How much of this game did you see, you think?
For all of it. Meaningless game.
Man.
Good for some guys to get some run. Look at this pass, Gita.
Oh!
No, he didn't.
Tell you what, this game matters to THT, doesn't it, Karan?
That's
Yeah,
a better luck
man.
women right there.
And look at
Nice
JaVale
dime.
McGee, though. Wrap around.
Listen, THT, this is like the Super Bowl.
That man get a start,
Got
too.
a start?
Yeah, that's huge.
Dion
Isomatic.
tuning up.
Look at the find.
Oh, look at Duds dropping dimes. Costas. Antetokounmpo. THT.
Stick it.
Does he have hops?
Oh, yeah.
Take it again.
And this kid gonna find himself in rotation.
Think so? Next season? Devontae Haycock. Summer League star. G League star. Getting it done. What did THT do today? 14? 6-15. Played 34 minutes. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Got to be
the
proud
move,
of him.
though. Look, the confidence.
In traffic.
Shot taker, shot maker.
Yeah, I like him. Oh, a little alley-oop. That's a nice little catch and finish. Justin James. Producer really enjoyed his name. There's Kuz and Luke. Kuz is first coach in the NBA. Luke Theodore Walton won 2 titles with the Lakers. 136-122. Sacramento ends their season 30-41. They are heading home. Buddy Hield, 28 points, 8 threes. Bogdanovich, 27, 11-23. Dion Waiters with 19, LeBron 17, Markieff Morris 14. Let's talk LeBron James, guys. Before we get to the playoffs, for the first time in his career, year 17, age 35, he leads the league in assists at 10.3 per game. The list of guys that have done that at 35 years of age is an impressive list. Steve Nash is on that list. Now LeBron James is on that list. Pretty impressive. 10.2 assists. They said it in my ear 19 times just to make sure I knew, guys. 10.2, not 10.3. So the first career season leading league in assists for LeBron. James, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's more than cool. That's like putting a nice, smooth polish shine on your shoes with leading an assist at 35 years old. You just don't, Steve Nash was an exception. I thought it'd be like a couple more players up there, but he's the only other player up there. So LeBron being able to do what he does as far as scoring points and climbing that ladder, and then, to be able to contribute to basketball at 35 is something you do in your 20s. You get 35, you're not, because it takes a lot to drop dimes, too. A lot of people think it's just actually passing. No, it's a lot of setting up players. It's a lot of understanding players' tendencies. It's not easy to get 10 dimes a game. So for him to be able to do that at 35, that's an exceptional skill. Yeah.
I totally agree with Big Game. Your playmaking ability at that age to still be able to set people up and put them in position to be a better version of them out there on the basketball court, like that is amazing still to be doing it at this pace.
This is also one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Hands down.
That is third all time in scoring. That's behind Karl Malone and Kareem, past Kobe this year. Like, this is, he's not a guy and he still gets 9 assists a game, 8 assists a game, and then this year he goes over 10. It's really impressive.
Yeah, and that's the aspect of his game a lot of people don't talk about a lot. He's so unselfish to a fault at times. And he's been, criticized for it.
Yeah.
And to still being able to score and be efficient, shooting over 50% for his career, just amazing to watch.
It's crazy because when you think of the great scorers, Kareem, the dominant Scott Hook.
Yeah.
Karl Malone, you knew when he put up
Mid-range.
big numbers.
Yeah.
It was obvious during the game he's putting up big numbers. LeBron, he'll drop 14 assists, 12 rebounds, then it'll be like 28 points on a regular basis. That's the problem. He does it so regularly that we don't even think about it. He drops 30, 15, 12 all the time. And it's not always like dominant like Michael Jordan's numbers or Kobe's, but he's getting them. He's getting to the line, and he does it he just makes it look so easy that sometimes you forget he's doing it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most remarkable things about watching him these last couple of years. Games where you don't even think he plays that well for him. Maybe he wasn't as physical, he wasn't attacking. You'll look after the game and you'll see 24, 8, and 9.
Yes.
That is a career game for a lot of guys.
Across the board. He's doing pretty much everything.
All right, let's go back to Orlando. J.R. Smith is speaking with Allie Clifton in the media.
So how would you summarize this restart for yourself, personally, both ends of the floor, and where you feel like you are now, given with the playoffs on the other side?
Well, first of all, I appreciate it. I would like to, start off by saying that we should arrest the cops that did what they did to Breonna Taylor and her family. There's a lot of situations going on that we need to fix before, we just keep continuously talking about basketball. But on the lighter side, it just feels good to be back out here with my teammates. It feels good to be out here or in the atmosphere that I'm accustomed to. I've been around this game as a professional 16 years now, and it's my life. It's what I know, so I do best. Trying to navigate and figure out what you want to do off the court is tough. So I'm just happy to be around an environment, be around with a great group of guys.
And you and the Lakers, of course, are diving headfirst now into the playoffs. Obviously, you do not know that opponent just yet, but what is the process for you going to be like over the next several days as you prepare and gear up to be locked in as much as possible come game one?
It's kind of, it's different. It's different, but it's the same for me because I've been away for the game for a year and a half. And, the last full season, I was away, or the last few full seasons I was away. We were the number 1 team in the East, and the 8th spot and stuff like that. So it's just you try not to get too caught up in watching the games and listening to people. Type of match. Just lock in and focus on yourself and see where you can get better. And just keep taking it with a stride.
Hey, JR, it's Dave. From the past runs you had with LeBron in Cleveland, deep playoff runs, and he would gift you guys presents, and you guys do Versa Climate challenges and dinners on the road. Can you do any of those things down in Orlando? And will you try to, encourage some of those team activities?
Yeah, we do a lot together, obviously. So it's kind of it's kind of different because you're in a situation to where you spend so much time with players and stuff like that. I mean, to go out to eat and stuff like that is kind of routine. So he of course, he's still gifting the guy stuff. He's a guy who has a lot of, he knows a lot of people and a lot of people with good resources. So he definitely uses those, exercises those, and helps his teammates and organization out for sure.
Great to see J.R. Smith getting time. He had 25 minutes, had 11 points, much more ahead. Lakers lose to the Kings, last game of the regular season. King James looked ready to go, 17 points in 15 minutes.